So welcome to your Sunday team call. I want to thank you guys so much for coming on, especially because it's right before the holidays, and I know everyone is gearing up for a holiday week ahead. I hope all of you are, if you're not in the healthcare world or not traveling a lot, will have some time to spend with your family. So today there are going to be three things that I want to touch upon. I'm going to be touching upon some of the new updates with social media, or just a little bit to chat about a little bit about social media, because I think a lot of people are now a little nervous about social media. So I want to try to allay some of those fears and talk about them. Secondly, hi mom. Secondly, talk a little bit about fears real quickly, kind of just a quick little topic on the different types of fears that people tend to have, especially in this business. And the fears come in, they leave, they go away, then they come back with full of vengeance at different stages and different, especially as we grow. So I definitely want to touch upon that. And then thirdly, I want to just touch upon the new 21-day fix that'll be the 21-day fix ultimate that will be extreme 21-day fix extreme that will be coming out in February, and how it's very important to be talking about that this upcoming week, and how we're going to be prepping for it as a team, and what tools you're going to have for yourself as a team. So first, let's talk a little bit about the social media. So as some of you, especially some of the people who've been in the business for a while with me, but a lot like this. So in the upcoming year, Facebook is going to really be kind of really hunkering down on people who are too salesy in their post. And so what that means is that, and what that means for us as coaches is actually, I personally think it's going to be a good thing, because right now a lot of people tend to, between our business and like the wraps business and Herbalife and the eyelash, the mascara company, like there's all this like kind of promotion to buy. And people are adding people into groups without them wanting to be added. And people are just talking about it, just kind of, blowing up people's news feeds about it. And so really what Facebook wants to do is just wants us to be authentic, wants us to be our real authentic selves, for us to show our personalities and not to be using the sales language. So what is sales language? Sales language is like, hi, I have a challenge group starting January 5th. Please join my challenge group. If you're interested in joining my challenge group, please email me, or please message me, or please, leave your comments below, or like, please leave your comments below if you're interested. Or I have, if you're interested in buying Shakeology, send me a message. Those are sales posts. Now, what a lot of people are doing, that's on your personal page. A lot of people are opening up a business page, which, to clarify certain things, when you sign up for a Facebook account, all of you have signed up with one email. So what Facebook doesn't, so with that one email, you can have a personal page, and you can have as many business accounts as you want, business pages as you want, under that one email. So it's not like you're opening up like a second email, because actually you're not supposed to. That will flag you in Facebook's kind of algorithm. They don't want you opening up multiple email accounts of multiple Facebook accounts. They want you legitimately to have one email address that you log in with. It's going to have your personal page, and you'll have access to your business page. So on your personal page, they do not want you to be having that sales lingo. But on your business page, you can do that. On your business page, you can say, I have a challenge group starting January 5th. I'm looking for 10 people who want to get fit, who want to get healthy, who want to make 2015 their best year yet. Leave me your email below. Send me a message. You can say that on your business page. They just don't want you saying that on your personal page. Now, that doesn't mean that you cannot post on your personal page. You can very well post a before-after picture of yourself and say, hey, I am loving this program. Oh my God. Like, look, like my jeans are fitting awesome. Like all my clothes are fitting amazing. I have so much energy. I can't believe it. That's it. Leave it at that. And I guarantee you that people are watching you, and people will still message you, even though you didn't say a thing about a challenge group. And even though so you could still post your meals. You can still post motivation. You can still post your progress pictures. You could still post your workout pictures. It's just you can't use that sales lingo of message me if you want to join my challenge group. So it really is going to force people to show their personality more and to show their results more and to really brand themselves in that way. Does that make a little bit more sense? Like how they don't want you saying, yeah. So it's not that I don't want you guys to be afraid or worried about posting on your social media, because I want you to continue to post on your personal page. But I do want you to be kind of starting to learn about business pages and opening up a business page. And I'll make a little YouTube video about how you open up a business page, because it's super simple. It's completely free. You don't have to pay anything for it. But what's nice, and you can, like if you're an Instagram user like me, you can push your photos from Instagram to your business page. You can push your photos from Instagram to your personal page, and you can do either or. So I definitely will make some, so that's like one of the topics and kind of one of the things that I wanted to talk about. Are there any initial questions, regarding the personal versus or some of the new concerns, or any concerns that people have had recently? Any, you can wave. If not, I'll just keep talking. But I just wanted to see if there was any concerns or comments that I could just touch upon really quickly now.
What about the Instagram? What's the difference with it in the salesy stuff with Instagram too?
You can do whatever you want with Instagram. You can, your Instagram account is not going to be having the same type of rules that Facebook is going to be having. You can continue, my Instagram, I will continue to post every single day a picture of a before and after of myself or someone on my team or one of my challengers who has given me permission to do so. And I will say at the end of all my messages, I have a challenge group starting on the 5th. If you're ready to make 2015 your best, your year, please leave your email below and I will, and I'll reach out to you. So there's no they're not making as big of a, Instagram is not going to red flag you or anything to have that type of lingo. Cool. Okay. So the other thing that I wanted to talk to you guys about is a little mini lesson would be about fears. So I'm just going to share my screen here a little bit, because let me tell you something. Raise your hand if you guys have all suffered fears already in this business. Whether it's, oh yeah, look. I hope you guys all looking, because everybody's open double hands, wiggling their hands, happy hands, jazz hands, absolute fear. And I wanted to just touch upon that, because especially as 2015 is kind of rolling around, I want you guys to kind of embrace the fear and realize that there's going to be fears and there's going to be failures. And I want you to embrace it in a sense and realize that, to kind of be able to squash the fears and then be able to embrace the failures, because failures, the more you fail, the more likely you are to succeed. And so that's what I'm going to be talking a little brief. Let me share with you my screen. Share screen. Here we go. So basically, this is a picture that I saw recently that I said, oh my God, I have to show this picture to my team, because I thought it was such an amazing photo of what the 6 types of fears are. So number 1, you need to get out of your own way. All of us, we are our worst critics. We're thinking, we put something out there, I guarantee you the first, you put your first post out there, and then you're staring at your Instagram account, or you're staring at your Facebook account, and you're like, who's gonna like it? How many likes am I gonna get? You're just waiting to see how many likes you're gonna get, who's gonna like it. If someone's not gonna like it, you're just you're waiting for the other person to kind of make a move. And so this, what I want to talk about are the 6 types of fears. You have the fear of criticism. And so I think everybody, we are our worst critics. And I'm always, for my own personal sponsored coaches, I'm always kind of helping them through their own criticism and helping them and pushing them to kind of step out of their boundary and step out of their comfort zone. And we have to work on filtering out the negative in our mind, and try to focus on things that are constructive in our life, try to focus on things that, people who are constructive in our life, and kind of just stop worrying about the negative, because that fear of the criticism will stop you from succeeding further. Then there's the fear of apathy. You know, you need to learn that you need to stand, you're going to have to stand out. You're going to have to be unique, because in this business, you are, in a sense, you're selling yourself. You're not, I mean, yes, we have these products, but you yourself are unique. And what's going to make you different from me, different from Lonnie, different from Sophie, different from Catherine, different from Luke, it's going to be your own personal experiences, your struggles, your personality. And so you have to be willing to express yourself and be willing to stand out, and not be afraid of standing out. Then there's the fear of failure, which I think we all can relate to. All of us, you know, coming in, we do not want to fail. And one thing that I think a lot of my coaches, and I say my coaches, the ones that are directly under me, they know as soon as I start hearing words like, I want things to be perfect, I want to know everything, I want to, before I do something, like that triggers in my mind, because I've been there, that triggers in my mind that I need to set up the expectation that you're going to fail so many times in this business. And I really want to put it out there, because you have to be comfortable with the fact that you're going to be putting yourself out there, and you're not going to know everything. And not everybody expects you to know everything. And the only way you're going to learn is through experiences. And you're not going to know what are the different objections you're going to get. You're not going to know what are the different criticisms you're going to get. You're not going to know what are the different types of people you're going to get. You're never going to learn that in a month. You're never going to learn that in 2 months. You're only going to learn that with time and with experiences, and how many times you come across those things. And that is how, and when you do come across it, you may fail. You may not get the sale. You may turn, you may make that person run away. I remember the first time, actually it's only happened to me once, but someone like blocked me. And I was so offended that somebody blocked me, and they were just like, I guess they were offended by what I was saying, or they didn't like the fact that I was being so persistent. And I basically drove them away. And I was just like, wow, someone blocked me. But it's, I learned from that experience. I failed in that experience. I realized I was being too pushy. But these are experiences, that's only going to happen with time and with experience. And so I want to stress to you that success is the result of many, many, many failures. And so I want you to plan on it. And I always want you to be kind of realizing that you just got to keep moving forward. And a great personal development book, especially for like Blair there, who loves personal development books, is Failing Forward. It's a great personal development book to read, that just talks about this and talks about, getting used to the idea of failing and just using it to fail forward. Then, another thing that people are afraid of are fear of success. A lot of people, in our own minds, some of us don't think that we're worthy of the things that we desire. Some of us are afraid of our own success. We don't do well with change, because if you're successful, things are going to have to change. And so I want you to kind of, embrace that fear and realize, that you are worthy of the things that you desire, and you are worthy of the success that can come your way if you work hard and be consistent and be persistent with this business. Then there's the fear of exposure, which is putting yourself out there and, getting rid of the stage fright. And, Catherine recently just is doing her vlogging, and she's putting herself out there, and she's getting a lot of great, a lot of people are responding really well to her. And, and I'm sure she had a lot of fear, what are people going to think of me? And here I am talking about my recent experiences, and are people going to judge me? But you just, the only way to get through that is to tell yourself, give yourself positive affirmations. Tell yourself that you have good intentions in what you're doing, that, you genuinely want to use your experience to help others. And no one, most people are never going to fault you for being genuine in your actions. And then the last type of fear is the fear of commitment. And so kind of I think this happens to a lot of us, and with our challengers too. A lot of people, they're afraid of committing. They're afraid of actually having to have somebody that they need to report to, because they're afraid that they're going to disappoint them and show, they only want to worry about themselves, because they know that if they fail themselves, it's just themselves, but they're worried about committing to working with a coach or committing to working with a group. I know I've definitely gotten that objection many times because they're just like, I'm not ready. I don't want to commit to this. And it's the same thing with our coaching. You know, a lot of us, we don't think we can commit to this, and we think that you need to allot all this time, but really you can grow it at your own pace depending on what your own personal goals are. So you really just have to believe in what you're doing and don't hold back, and, you know, give as much as you can. And I understand we all can give at different lengths, but give as much as you can, and just, you know, really decide that you're going to commit. And then, you know, with that, you will succeed. And so those are our 6 types of fears. You know, I'm sure all of you can relate to all of them, if not a few of them, if not one of them. And like, honestly, I can probably relate to, you know, to several of these myself, and it never goes away. You just kind of have to work through it, and you just kind of have to realize that those fears can be getting in your way of your own success. And so, you know, just kind of recognizing that. Okay. I'm going to stop the share for a second. Then let me pull up my other document. Yeah, you could turn it off. Sorry. So one thing that I want to talk about, so the final thing that I want to talk about for tonight, like I said, because I promised I wouldn't keep you guys long, is the 21-day fix extreme that's basically coming out. So the release of a new program basically has the ability to transform your business. Especially usually Beachbody will come out with these programs in like the first quarter. And this is what happened with 21-day fix this past year. In February, they came out and it completely I think it was like the most successful selling, like, you know, program in a while. Like within like 2 weeks, the whole program like sold out. And so like that had like never happened before. And so people's businesses kind of really, you know, people's incomes went up, people's retail sales went up, like people wanted this program. But you have to be smart, and like in order to benefit from that release, you have to start talking about the product now. And you have to start hyping it up now. And something that we have that we didn't have before, you know, especially with the 21-day fix, is that we have the original 21-day fix program. And a lot of us, especially some of us came in, you know, doing the 21-day fix. We have experiences with it. And then some of us who have been in the business for a couple months now, some of us have people who have the program and have had success with it. And so it's really kind of utilizing both, you know, the fact that you have the program, the fact that you have success stories already. If you have the program, you know, making yourself a success story, whether saying, okay, I'm going to commit to this program in the new year in January, I'm going to do the 21 days and I'm going to stick to it to like the T so that I can get results and I can really show my before after picture, because I know that if I can show that these products work, I know that people will want what I'm doing. And it's like, that's how I think about fitness. Is like right now with me and Sandy Max, like I am like super committed to getting results, because I know that if I can have amazing results with this program, people are going to want that program. And the fact that I'm promoting it in my social media and I'm talking about it, like even though I may not get, you know, people are not asking me about it right now, but once I know I show my pictures and they know I've been doing it, they're going to come, more people are going to come. And so I want to go through a document that I'm going to post in the group. And what I want to say about this document is that this document was put together by our upline. It was put together by several coaches, several diamond coaches who have worked together to create a launch document. Basically, it's a how-to launch. And the idea is that I know with some of you, we were talking about like a calendar, but I think in January we'll do something different according to the launch. But the idea is that we're going to run a clean eating challenge starting January 5th, along with our regular challenge group that's starting January 5th. And then we're going to start promoting for a 21-day fix group that's going to start the second week of January. Because the idea is that if it starts the second week of January and we get a 21-day fix group that is exactly 3 weeks, and the following week will be when the new program will launch. And so it'll put us, like if we have a challenge group that's running, we can help those people get results. It'll put us, the following week will be when the new program will launch. And so the idea is that we have a challenge group that's running in January. We help those people to the best of our ability. We join in, you know, for the people who are not doing a program right now, or who are in between, or who are ending the program. I know I'm going to continue doing Insanity Max, but like other people may want to start 21 Day Fix with the January 12th group, and that way show the results, so that as they're talking about the program, they're genuinely showing it through their own progress. And so with this document lays out everything for you, okay? So what this means is that we are literally handing to you step by step what you need to do. You will have access to this document. Now, where the next step comes is you guys. You have to decide if you want to do this. And I say this because we're literally giving you, and I'm going to walk you through the document so you can see. But we're literally going to say, this is the first step. You research the product, and literally all the links are there, so that you don't even have to go move anywhere. You just have to click on the links and learn about the products. And then it's going to say, okay, let's start promoting a 5-day clean eating group. And it even gives you suggestions of what to be saying in your what to be saying in your post to be recruiting people. And it's literally there. So like, there shouldn't be any questions as to like what you should be saying or how you should be doing. Like, it's all there. So what this means is that if you want to be part of this, you need to let myself, your upline, Sophie, Luke, know that you want to be doing this, because we'll run the 5-day clean eating challenge group together, and we'll run the 21 Day Fix group together January 12th. So there's not going to be anyone having to do it individually. We'll just run it together. But I am not going to be reminding you to be posting. Like, I'm not going to be, you know, like, the idea is that I'm letting you know this is what we're going to be doing. And if you choose to do it, you can do it. But literally, because this is a very intense like document, it tells you exactly what's laid out. I'll put reminders of like, hey guys, are you guys promoting? But at the end of the day, like, it's going to be up to you guys to actually be making the posting and to be recruiting and to be inviting. Does that sound fair? I'm going to show it to you. Okay. So, share screen. All right. So this, and you guys will all get this. So don't worry if you can't read it all. But it's basically the 21 Day Fix Extreme Launch Guide. And so literally it goes and it tells you exactly what I was just reading, that the release of a new program has the ability to transform your business. And it says, remember, what you do from today until the release of the 21 Day Fix Extreme will set you up for the rest of the year. Do you want this year to double your income or explode your business? Then follow this guide. So then, you guys, I'm not going to read every little word, but you can read through it, and I'll post this in the group right after the call. And basically it says, special note, this guide will help you with social media posts and a timeline. It is your duty to personally invite people to these groups. Do not rely on social media posts only to fill your groups. You need to reach out. And one thing I would also tell you guys, for all of you who have prior 21 Day Fixers, you need to reach out to them. You need, especially, you need to like literally go to your online office and go through your customers, and you can actually go through your customer list, and I can help you guys with this if you have questions, and look to see who has bought the 21 Day Fix only. And I would tell you to make a list of them so that you can then go back to them and let them know, hey, there's a new program coming out, and then just kind of try to get them involved. Maybe try to bring them in for the new year. They don't have to buy anything from you. Maybe just say, hey, we're starting another accountability group on the 12th. Do you want to be involved? Like, you already have the products. All you have to do is just commit. Like, you already have it. And so just like legitimately like going back to those people and getting the information and just, getting them excited again. And so here you're going to see, okay, step one. What's the step one? Step one is the research. Learn about the program. And so here are all the links from the program's website. There's even like there's a picture guide here that has different pictures that you can use if you choose to use any of those pictures. These are all the YouTube links on all, like, basically this talks about the videos. This talks about the program. You can also it gives you the link for Autumn Calabrese's, her Facebook page, gives you her Pinterest page, her Instagram page. So you can all go and research and see what she's about, especially for my new coaches, all the new coaches in the group. This is a hot program. this program is, and a lot of you are for the most part, many of you, it's between 21 Day Fix and PIO, but this program is what people need, because it is simple to follow. It has the portion controlled containers. It is 30 minutes long, and it has a modifier, and like anyone can do this program. And so this is the program that, you know, a lot of people need, especially across the country. And then it also gives you the links to the people who were in the test group, like test group videos, so that you can at least go and like learn more. You can follow them and see what their results were like. And not so that you can post their videos, but just so that you can like have the knowledge, so that you're prepared, so that when you want to speak about it or when people ask you questions about it, you know what to say about the program to the best of the ability of what's been put out there already. Okay? So then the step 2 is going to be promoting your free clean eating group and 21 Day Fix challenge group. And so basically, again, I'm not going to go through all this, but it says, you know, you want to begin promoting tomorrow. Like tomorrow, all this week, because granted, 24th, 25th, fine. But I guarantee you that the 25th at like noon, 1 o'clock, people are done with Christmas and they're thinking about the new year. They're thinking about their New Year's resolutions. And so if you're not promoting, and don't be afraid about like over promoting. Like I was actually just listening to a webinar yesterday with Luke. We were listening to this webinar from socialmediaexaminer.com, which is a great social media like site. And it just talked about how like you shouldn't be like, especially like on your business pages and on Instagram, you shouldn't be afraid to repost things, because if you think about like New York Times, or think about like ESPN, how many times they have the same like post at the top of the screen, and how many times they post it so many times a day, because they never know when someone is going to come onto their website and look at their website. Just like you never know when someone's going to get onto Facebook and your post is going to fly through their newsfeed. You just don't know that. And that's why you cannot be afraid to post the same content again and again. It's like me, I have like a before after picture that I love. I have 2 or 3, and I just post the same picture with the same message every single day. And no one says anything to me. No one, you know, and I always get an email. Sometimes I don't, sometimes I do. I never know, but you just never know. So I want to encourage you definitely to start promoting tomorrow. And so then I wanted to show you that if you begin promoting, there's going to be sample social media posts and how to enroll. And so right here, you can see there's a sample post document. Let me see if it comes up. Actually, let me stop this share for a second. I'm just going to share my whole computer and then it'll come up. All right. So if you'll see that if I go to sample post, where is it? Open link in the window. There we go. Here you go. So you'll see like there'll be tips, and it'll say like, okay, for the free clean, and you can continue to read this up here, but in the free clean eating challenge group, it'll say sample posts, you know, number 1, serious question is what they say you can write. Serious question, I'm trying to make a decision. If I did a free clean eating group right after the holidays, would you be interested? That's a post, you know, just to see if people would be interested. And then if people like it, or they comment, or if they like or comment, you should message them back and say, hey, thank you so much for your support. I saw that you liked my post. Are you on a weight loss journey for the new year? Are you on a fitness journey like me for the new year? And then just engage them in conversation. And so like these are going to give you ideas. Obviously, you don't have to use them word for word. You can make them into your own voice, your own flavor. But there's going to be all these samples here. So that you can know, okay, I can use any of these sample posts to start talking about the clean eating challenge group. And then it also talks about, so let me go back for a second. Sorry, I have too many things open. So then it says you want to ask for email addresses. And why I say you want to ask for email addresses, and I really encourage people to start collecting email addresses and making like a little Word document, because you may want to like have like a little newsletter that you send to people and like as a reminder, and maybe you can do like a quick newsletter, and it doesn't have to be a fancy newsletter, and you can do like, you know, Blair's Fit Tips, or like, you know, like, and it could be like a clean recipe, and it could be just like a reminder of what the groups are that are coming up for the new year. So it's always good to have a list of the emails that people, and so I always ask for emails now, and I'm starting to keep like a running contact list. So I would definitely encourage you, because what will happen is that as the promotion starts coming sooner, you can let them know more information regarding that. And then the next action item, number 2, which is promoting the January 12th challenge group for the 21-day fix. And then if you click on all these pages, all these links, and I'll let you guys do this, but if you click on all these links, there'll be sample posts, again, of how you can promote it. There'll be, you can share her, like, you know, you can share all her social media posts on her like page and YouTube channel. You can, again, more sample posts. So really, there's a lot of kind of sample post documents here to really help you guys know and give you ideas of what you can be saying, and to kind of help you guys more. And then action step 3, which is going to be promoting the 21-day fix extreme launch group, which will start February 9th through the 16th. So that's why you're hyping all this up, so that when you're like, guys, you know, the 21-day fix extreme is coming. We're doing our first test group. I'm so excited. Who wants to be on? And then, like, you know, you're collecting all these emails, and then you're able to send back messages, and you're able to send them emails when all this information comes out. And so I'll leave it to you guys to kind of like, that's probably the end of the document. But this document will be, I'll post it in the group so that you guys have it, and you guys can use it to your advantage. But I would definitely encourage you to really start promoting it and really start talking about it, because it's going to be another great product, and it really can't, you know, so many people are going to be behind this program. So any questions? Oh, hold on. Laura?
Hi. Hopefully you can hear me.
Yeah.
My question is, so if we're doing the 21-day fix extreme program, are we gonna, like you said, you're probably gonna stick with Insanity Max 30? Okay, so I just want to make sure, like, if we're not doing, but we'll be doing the clean eating and using the containers probably.
Right.
Okay.
So with the Insanity Max, with the Insanity Max 30, like for me, like I actually, like it actually has it so that you can use the 21-day fix containers with the program. And even like people who are doing PIO, like PIO is actually built very similarly to the 21-day fix program as well. And the serving sizes are very similar to the containers. But I think also what you're alluding to is that you don't have to be doing the program to promote it. You know what I mean? Like you can still promote a program. You can still coach someone through a program, even though you're not doing it, because we have so many great programs and so many people are just doing different programs. But you'll find that a lot of people are doing the 21-day fix or have done the 21-day fix. And so they'll be real excited about the 21-day fix extreme coming out. Any other questions? No. Okay. All right, guys. Well, I hope you guys all have a Merry Christmas and a Happy Holiday. And yeah, I hope you guys if you guys are traveling, safe travels. And it hasn't been snowing here, so I think we had like little flurries here in Boston. But what? I haven't decided yet. I haven't decided if there's a call or not next year. And Luke's like, is there a call next week? I'm like, I haven't decided yet. We'll see. If not, we'll just keep in touch via our Facebook groups. But yeah, I hope you guys all have really, you guys have fun with your family and some good memories. Alrighty. Bye.
The webinars. Bye.